All right, as you see, I got things set up, ready to go for some graffiti. Got some water right here, and of course my setting solution as well. As you see, I got things set up. There we go. I forgot to mute my YouTube. Boy, my bad. Hello to the 2 people, or I should say 3 people watching. So we're going to put this one on. So I'm just going to hold this in the water for about 60 seconds or until the decal gets loosened up. Fallen Angel, how you doing? How are you today? Hope things are good on your end. And then I'm going to put a little microsol solution on the car itself. Basically, it's just going to help set the decal on. So now that that's loosened off, we'll just take the paintbrush and brush a little of the microsol on. And then we're going to brush a little more microsol on top of the decal itself. That way I can move it around. You just take some paper towel and just press lightly. Push all the water and air bubbles out. Captain Jerk, how you doing? Martin, hello? Just doing a little graffiti work on some rail cars. Then we'll flip around and do the other side, and then here's the set of decals that I got. It's got all different types of graffiti on it. That's one set. And then, of course, I've got another set here as well. And these are micro scale decals. CDP, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. In the water it goes, and we'll do the other side. So I got a bunch of rail cars I'm doing. I'm going to do a tank car next after this one, and then I'm going to finish off a box car. So try not to hold the decal in the water too long, because you just basically want to get it just so it starts to loosen up, and then let it sit. And then as it sits, it loosens up even more. So once you be able to start moving it, just put it down there, and then, like I said, a little microsol. Oops. And then once I weather this car, it'll weather up their graffiti a little bit as well. And all I'm doing is just damping and pressing lightly. Seeing as how some people were saying, oh, you need to put some graffiti on your cars, like Nancy Jones. So Nancy will be happy that I'm putting some graffiti on some of my cars. There we go. So this one is pretty much done. Oops. So that's that side. And the other side. So now we'll take a scale trains tank car and figure out what size I'm going to use. So I don't want to cover up too much stuff on here, especially around in this area here or over here. So I'm just kind of going to place that probably right about there on this one. And of course, I'm working upside down myself because normally I'd have the car facing me when I'm doing this, but seeing as how we're on camera, if I did it my way, you guys wouldn't be able to see. Am I doing reflectors? No, well, this one's already got the reflectors on it. As you can see, it's got the yellow striping on it. This is one of the rivet counter scale train tank cars that I have. This one doesn't want to cooperate. All right. There we go. Oops. And I've already got graffiti on this side. I've already did this one a while ago, so I'm not going to bother doing the other side because it's already got some on there. So that car's done. So now I'm going to put some small ones on. We got looks like a shake hamburger and some fries, and it says "Cool Guy." All right, the guy must be cool because he's been at McDonald's. So this is a very small decal. Lisianne, how you doing? Zadie USA Rail fan, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. Who else is in here? Martin. All right. Yeah. Okay, that moves around. It all depends on where you want to put it. I think I'm just going to put it right in here. It fits right in between the ribs. Look at that. And of course, later on, I'll probably be doing an install. Either I'm going to do it later on today, or maybe I'll do it tomorrow. All right. There's that little piece of graffiti on there. Doesn't really show up all that well in the camera, but it's there. That one's a little too big. All right. I see the one that I want. Yeah, I gotta move that over a bit more. Good enough. I got back from rail fanning in Pittsburgh. Only caught 2 trains. Wow. Well, at least you caught a couple trains anyways. This one I have to press a little harder because of the detail. It's going to wrap itself around. Try and get the decal to conform to it. And there we go. So that's the side I did earlier before I decided to go live. All right, so that car is done. I don't want that one. I think that one's really big. Holy. All right. Wicked Insanity, how you doing? It's graffiti time there, Mike. Can it be stopped? Can what be stopped? What are you talking about? Let's see if I can get this one on straight. Yeah, I don't want it down that far. All right. Right about there should be good. Which one? Which one are you talking about, Mike? See, now there's a real small decal right here. There's a real small one at the bottom corner where you see the writing. Right underneath here. It makes you wonder which way this is going to go. Do we put it that way or does it go this way? I'm going to put it on the way I think it should go. How's that? Yeah, well, we try not to have locals hit the floor. It's not a good thing. Oops, I just moved it. Way to go, dumbass. Stop moving it around. Back up where he's supposed to be. That's one thing. If you accidentally move it, you got to act quick. Be quick about it and get some more microsol, and then you can pull it back up where you want it again. And try not to move it this time around. So I'm just going to put one finger there and hold it in place while I push all the water out from underneath. And there we have it. My light's too bright. Let's adjust my lighting the other way. That way. This way. There we go. One, 2, 5 we're going to put on. That's what this one says. See? We're going to put that right here. Yeah, it doesn't take long to put these on, and it doesn't take long to do a bunch of cars either. So there we go. That's starting to move around. All right, I got to turn this around. Good enough. There we go. Man, a pair of tweezers are always handy for doing decals. Just don't drop the decal in the bottom of the cup, or you're going to have a fun time trying to fish it out. And by the time you fish it out, the decal's too loose, and then all of a sudden it's no good because all the glue and everything's all gone. That's why you only put them in the water for so long until they just start to move. And then you just let them sit for a few minutes. There we go. So that one's done. So see if I can find one that's going to fit in that area. Probably this one here. Yeah, I'll use this one. I'm going to put two on this side, I think. Now I got a nice little area right in here I can do. I think that one's a little big. Fuck it. I'm going to use it anyways. I don't care. The decals are micro scale. Let's see who makes them, Mike. You can get them from any hobby shop, or you can get them off eBay. Going to cover up some of this name and some of this, but oh well. See if I can move that one down a bit more there. Okay, I'm going to have to turn this around for a minute so I can get that decal to conform into this crevice. It says peachy on here. So what I'm doing, I'm using the brush to push it into its little crevice here so it will conform. Because it comes down and it comes down and then there's a little bit of a lip. So I got to try and push it in that crevice just so the decal takes properly. Now that I got it exactly where I want it. So I've got it on the round part, and then there's that little sill that sits there, so it's got to sit in there just right. And this is where you have to have a lot of patience. Take your time doing it. So if you press too hard, or you can actually rip the decal too. if you're not careful. And if you see something sticking up, just take the brush and brush it back down. Yes? Yeah. Emily's got a friend over, I guess. There we go. Yep, that's what it says, just peachy. And I'll just add one to on this side. I put two on the other side, so I'll just put one on this side. And I got there's some real big ones here that'll work nicely on some auto racks. But then, of course, I don't have any auto racks on my layout as of yet. All right, another big one. I might even do one of my locomotives with some graffiti on it. Just because I can. Of course, I've never seen a real locomotive with graffiti written all over it, but you know, it's my layout, my railroad, my loco. I'll do what I want. Aha. Nope. You know what I forgot to do? It's a good thing I caught myself. I forgot to put some microsol. Oops. Just thinking to myself, why am I putting this on a dry surface? Now, see, I'm just going to move it down on the sill a bit more. That's what I'm doing, is taking the brush, sliding it along, and then pushing on it with the paper towel just to get it in that groove there. And I'm pressing pretty hard on the brush. There. There we go. Yeah, it went down in that groove nicely. So there we go. All right, I'm gonna let one of you guys pick one. How's that? I'll hold 2 sheets up. You tell me which one you want on the car.
The big one.
The big one. What do you mean, this one?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. It'll cover up the name Southern Pacific.
Yeah, have you been to the railway sidings? Graffiti yards don't give a shit.
Yeah, I know. All right, the big one's going on. The fluffer requested the big one.
You could always change the car.
Well, we'll see how it looks. I can always position it a certain way too. So there we go. Yeah. Alrighty. Fluffer gets the big one.
How you doing, man?
Not bad, yeah.
Actually, no, William. I like little ones, but it's got to have a change. It's boring having the same thing all the time.
Yeah. So I had a look at the logo that Sparky dropped off, and when I opened it up, I was surprised what I saw. See, wires touching wires, which is not good because they put them stupid little plastic clips on the wire to try and hold the wire on the board, but it frayed out and touched another wire. And guess what happened to the decoder?
It's no good anymore.
It's no good. It shorted it right out. So after
So
I
it's going to
took
cost
everything
them.
apart, took all the wires off, and snipped the ends of the wires off and restripped the wire and solder it, and then did a little test on the decoder, and all we got was a hum, and she started heating up.
Where's your wet stuff?
So it fried the decoder.
Going to cost him.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be ordering a ESU lock sound for it.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll take the tsunami sound out of it, and see if I can't get this to conform to that groove again.
Yeah, put it down as low as you can.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Because the truth of graffiti artists is they don't have a platform to reach as high up at the car as they possibly can. And seeing as they're on you could say it's an embankment where the ballast and everything sits, they're pretty low, so they have to stretch a lot. Seeing some people do graffiti and they got like halfway up the car, and I'm thinking, how do you think the guy reached up that high with a spray can?
Yeah. Well, not unless he was carrying a ladder with him.
That's right.
But
Now
then
you're going to
again,
have to go over them with some kind of powder or something, because I can guarantee you he didn't do it last night.
well, you know, Nancy will be happy. Yeah, he's got graffiti on his cars. Oops.
Yes, Nancy, but it's American graffiti because none of it's apologising. You can tell the difference between American and graffiti, Canadian graffiti, because in the Canadian graffiti there's a little apology.
Well, there ain't in the Canadian graffiti says "fuck you." Now I got to do my brush trick again.
Yeah. Exactly, Martin. Lock sound. I like lock sound because locos start making noise when you tell them to.
There we go. Oops.
You already weathered that car by the looks of it.
Yep, this one's already weathered up.
You need to touch it up now. You put graffiti on it because
Oh, of course.
the
Of course, I got
graffiti
to
would
touch
be
it up.
already weathered as well.
But then again, it could have been somebody
As I
who
said,
did it.
no, they wouldn't have done it last night.
So there we go. See,
Looks great.
yeah, not bad.
Now we just need to see a shot of them running together on the layout so it looks authentic.
Well, I got some tank cars done. I did those before I started streaming. I thought, wait a minute, maybe I should stream this.
Yes, maybe you should have.
Just something to do. So I thought, well, I'll go ahead, and I got more tank cars to do yet. So I bought 2 packages of decal. So
Well, that's a little bit stupid using ladders to do graffiti. What happens if they decide to chase you? Well, you got to pick your ladder up and run.
well, you know, some rail companies let the graffiti artists do the cars.
Yeah, I can't see any benefit for that myself.
And all the microsol does is it just helps the decoder adhere to the model. It's like a setting solution. It's basically what it is.
It's William. Graffiti is art. It just depends on which side of the fence you're looking at it.
Yeah.
You're either thinking it as positive art or negative art, and that's the difference between why graffiti is such got a bad name. A tag is still art, whether or not it's your type of art or not is irrelevant. And the issue being is because of that attitude, graffiti is illegal in most places in the world because they don't believe it to be beneficial. Yeah, you're right. CDP must be very, very hard. They must be driving a truck with a container on the back to soak all the big graffiti stencils in to put on the trains. I didn't think they'd have a brush that big myself, but apparently they do.
There we go.
But on the same token, William, graffitied train cars was not a mural art when they first started doing it.
No, when they first started doing it, it was they just put your initials on the side of the car. I was here. You
Yeah,
know,
or just their name or whatever it was. And
yeah.
then the initials got bigger, and then they started becoming artists saying, I really, really want to do a good piece because look at the size of that canvas and blah, blah. And just, have you got any that are just tags? Like they don't look like somebody's written a big word. It's just like somebody be able to write their name on the side of a train so that like they did it in 5 seconds and were being chased after they did it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had a paint pen, you could probably write some graffiti. It's not hard to do graffiti. You got to get yourself some decal paper because you know you can get the graffiti font.
The what?
A graffiti font. So on your computer, you could type out exactly what you wanted, like RWC Toyman was here in graffiti font.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. CDP 1965 says I want to see Toyman use an airbrush and freehand them.
I'm not an artist. Sorry.
And he's blind as a bat too. In Z scale. Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Yeah, neither do I. I like to
Must
see
admit
Mike.
though,
I like to see Mike build a Z scale layout.
I must admit though, you need to get yourself some Z size graffiti to put on some of your cars too, because it would be that small. Some of the tags and some of the signatures would be that small. Yeah, well, we looked for little rattle cans. We couldn't find any. Have you got any graffiti artist statues? You know, figurines.
No.
That might be something worth looking at. And have a couple of them sitting on your layout next to some trains that never move.
Well, I got that one that RDC that doesn't move.
And you just put a whole load of graffiti down the side of it and have a
Already.
graffiti artist standing there with a spray can.
Yeah.
I reckon that would look good. How you going, Randy?
Hey, Randy, how you doing?
Don't tell the railway police, but we're graffitiing trains. Shh.
So all I'm doing right now is just rocking my finger back and forth on along the ribs of the car, try and push that decal down into the rib. And then we have a little piece that's sticking up in the air, so I'm just going to put a little microsol on that, and we just push it back down. And that takes care of that. Well, you know, I don't try to make things look easy. But just have to, like I said, you just need to take your time with stuff like this, because you can tear the decal very easily. It will rip. There we go. Just have to keep looking. If you see an area that you see it's starting to work its way back up, flatten it out with the brush, then push down on it. Just make sure you got some microsol, because like I said, this is a setting solution. It helps the decal set better. There we go. Yeah, it's too big. So what are you doing today, Gavin? Anything? Just hanging out?
Yeah, I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm annoying Canadians today.
Oh, you are, yeah. Or you're not annoying me.
I need to step up my game a little bit then, don't I?
Yeah, I think so. And the problem is you got to try and figure out which way is up on this and which way is down, right? So I think I'm going to end up putting 2 on this one, on this side. Yeah, I seen a boxcar the other day that pretty much half of it was all graffiti right from the front to the back.
Yeah, I've watched hopper trains go past when I'm sitting at the level crossing, and there's one that didn't have graffiti on it, and it was just continual graffiti all the way along each one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've seen that. Not often you see it like that here in Australia, but I have seen it. Kind of thing. It's not very often I see hopper trains. Most of the trains we see are flat cars or container cars. Aussie decal graffiti is no different to international graffiti. It's just the writing's the same, and people just whatever they say is whatever they say. Push it hard up against the door. Yeah. That door doesn't slide, does it?
Yeah, it does.
Did you tell the door that? You weathered it too much, didn't you?
It'll slide, but
Yeah, it just means you turn the graffiti up the other way. That way you got it down under graffiti. Did anyone see Nancy's mail call?
no, I haven't watched her video yet. I noticed she's posted one up.
Yeah, she did a mail call from Brie and Andy.
Oh,
And just so you know, folks, please notice that none of it was upside down when she got it. It's because there's this magical thing that every time we send something to America, we hope to see it upside down, but it always seems to turn the right side up. We don't know how it does it. It's a phenomenon that just scares the crap out of us. Looked upside down to me, but you guys, it was up the right way. Have one go across the door.
yeah, there's too many ribs in it.
And just means you're going to have to work harder to push it into the ribs.
It's my relaxing day. I'm not supposed to work hard.
If you wanted to relax, why did you live stream?
Because it relaxes me. And having a beer.
Mr. Larson.
Hey, Dave Larson, how you doing?
No, Mike, we all do hard stuff. You just make easy stuff look hard. Geez, I tell you, decal paper, just plain decal paper. That's not cheap, that shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting a decal maker myself, actually.
Well, you just buy decal paper for your printer.
Thing is, I gotta go buy a printer.
Haven't you got one?
Yeah, but it doesn't work anymore because when Emily was a kid, she thought she could put cereal in it.
Are you tripping me or what?
No, she actually started putting Cheerios all through it
Okay.
and buggered it right up.
Well, if you're going to go out and buy one, you can get what they call they're large tank printers.
Right.
So instead of having to keep going out and buying ink cartridges every time you run out, it's got a extended tank on the side of the printer. They come like Epson make them. I don't know if anyone else makes them because I haven't had a look.
Oh, yeah.
And you buy bottles of ink and you just keep topping up those tanks all the time.
Oh.
And the last time I topped up my tanks on my Epson was about 2.5 years ago.
Right.
So they print a hell of a lot of shit out. And when you buy them, they come with extra bottles so that you can top them up. And I haven't even used my bottles yet. Come to think, but I'm not even sure where they are.
Yeah, everybody see what that one says?
Yeah, Jex.
I'll have to run some trains later with all the cars with
Yep,
graffiti on them.
yep. I think that'll look good.
While I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna grab one of my cabooses. So I got some small graffiti ones here that I can put on the caboose here. There we go.
So what does a set of Eagles cost you?
$13.75 for a set.
That's not bad.
No, you get quite a few in there. You know, like, well, here's the package. Okay.
It's not bad at all, really.
Yeah. I'll turn this one around. So I want to see what get this in the right spot. And this one, and oops, that's what's going on. All right. Time to do up the Rapido caboose. This is the one that lights up. And they're hard to come by, these ones. And they're expensive too. They're about almost $100 now. There we go.
I think I do have decal paper somewhere in my paper collection,
Yeah.
but I just haven't needed to do any yet. So.
Yeah, well, it was quiet upstairs until Emily came back home. She had a rabbit out this morning. She gave her bunny rabbit a bath.
Oh, that would have been fun to watch.
She lets her rabbit run around the house now, so the cat's just.
As long as she's picking up the droppings.
Oh, that's what I told her. So that comes out of the cage. Guess what? You're responsible for cleaning up. I know, she says. I will. I told her, so you know it's only going to bite me once, right? And you won't have it no more. She's looking at me going, why, you going to cook it? I said, yep, rabbit stew. I don't know if you guys will be able to see what I just did, but I'll show you anyways. Let's see.
Well, we couldn't see you do it, so.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's on the Pac-Man. It's right here.
Yeah, I know. It's
But
just, it's not very easy to read it. Looks like there's something there, but the closer you get, the more blurry it gets. So.
yeah. When I shoot videos and stuff, the camera will probably pick it up, maybe.
Well, I don't know whether you need to get specialty cameras for doing shit like what you're doing now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't had a good look at what cameras you need to do close-ups and all that shit for this kind of stuff. But you do need to do an overhead camera on that setup somewhere. You know that, don't you?
Yep. So there's that tanker. So I'm going to grab another tanker. I think I'll grab a couple of black ones. And yeah, I was going to go down to the hobby shop today, but then I got doing this.
Yeah, or at least a camera with micro lens capabilities. I've actually been thinking about getting my my Nikon out and do some videoing of me doing some scratch builds.
Oh yeah.
Only problem is I'd have to start thinking about cleaning up my desk a bit.
Right. I'll put a big one on. It's going to be one of the cars I'm going to weather up anyway shortly, so. Granddaughter wanted rabbits there, Mike, and you said no? Yeah, we got a rabbit, 2 cats, and a fucking rodent. Hamster. That she
Whose are
calls
the cats?
Robert's.
Whose are the cats?
Cats belong to Robert.
So why hasn't Robert got them?
I don't know. And he's not even here. He's moving out, back out. Gonna go live with his friend. Okay, take the cats with you. I told him, I said, well, if I get any more mice, I'll come and get the cats.
You're not going to get yourself another one?
If I'm gonna get another cat, it'll probably be a coon cat.
Why?
Because they're really big.
They're also got a temperament too, you know that, don't you?
Yep.
Which means that sometimes you can get an arsehole cat. Oh well, cat pisses you off too much, you can always have Chinese food.
Oh yeah, make some chicken balls. Just got to be careful of the detail down here in the end, at the bottom of the car. There we go.
See, folks, he does have friends.
Telephone scammer.
All right.
Of
doesn't have
charges against yourselves and sons number has been applied.
I wouldn't have said telephone scammer. I would have just said I was just a mate I didn't want to talk to. I told everyone you had friends.
All right, we're going to do this side now. Let's see. Here's a small one. Yeah, that'll go in there.
Yeah, you're right, Randy. I think that's what it is. I think it's just an alarm that makes it sound like a phone call, and he can then pretend like he actually answered it, and then see he has got friends.
Bite me. How's that? Randy, bite me.
Well, he's close enough to come around and do it.
Yeah, I know. There we go. Geez, I've lost count. I don't know how many cars I've done already. Quite a few. Quite a few of them. See, the door opens.
Oh, that one does.
Yeah. Let's see, what do we got left here in the box? All right. Yeah, I think I'll run some trains later tonight as well, I think.
Just fly over it, Randy. Just fly over it.
And yeah, Randy, when you got to drive, if you got to drive through Toronto, pick the lane that says you don't have Corona.
There's just passing through, not intending to cough.
Yeah. Oh, it's bigger than what I thought.
Randy says, "What about what time?"
What, me running trains?
Yeah.
Probably about 8 o'clock.
Mike says, "I love steam locos, but oh my god, in N scale they would be a pain." No, I don't think you'd feel any pain whatsoever if they were N scale. A lot of frustration maybe, but I don't think any pain.
Yeah. Well, when I did N scale, I used to have a steamer, and it was a real pain in the ass. Traction tires on it wouldn't last very long.
That's one thing I've got to get for my layout.
What's that?
Some traction engines.
Oh,
I want to do like somewhere in my layout a country farm fair scene.
oh yeah.
Every country farm I've ever gone to has always had traction engine display.
We call them steam engines over here.
Yeah, but that's the thing over here. Steam engines are railway, and traction engines are not.
Yeah. There we go.
Even though, truth be known, steam locomotives are railway and steam engines are everything else.
see, what all do we got left here? Okay, those are empty.
How you going, Dave? BNSF.
Hello, Dave. How are you doing? William says he loves his steam locos.
Yeah, Martin says, I had a steamer with traction tyres. Never again. I had to go scrape the rubber off the rails.
Yeah.
To be really honest with you, I understand why someone thought it may be an improvement, but I don't see how anyone thought it was an intelligent idea to put rubber on your wheels.
No, there is stuff that's called bullfrog snot that you can put on your locos too, on your wheels to give them
Why?
better traction.
Just put a bit more weight in them. I mean, realistically, model trains and locomotives and everything really aren't weighted the way they actually are. That's why it takes big cranes to lift them. They're friggin' heavy.
Well, yeah.
My wife's going to have to get up in a minute. Taking the little one down to the local play cafe.
Oh, you are, yeah. Oh.
Not me, the wife is. I'm staying home.
Oh, you're staying home.
Yeah, I don't do a bunch of women and screaming kids. No, don't do that.
Yeah, been there, done that. Don't want to do it again.
No, same with me. Been there, done that. Don't want to do it anymore. It's wife's job to take it down there now.
All right, I think I got just enough to do 2 more cars. This one hasn't been weathered yet, so.
Which is good because the graffiti should be weathered on some of them. Otherwise, someone did a really good night of spray painting some rail cars.
Mm-hmm.
Geez, that bloody Nightbot's having a bit of a good old chat there, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, the Nightbot throws that PayPal link up there all the time.
Too bad Nightbot doesn't share you out on Twitter as well, just so everyone knows you're there.
Well, Mike, you're not supposed to let the screaming kids go right through you.
Oh, sounds like the life's up. I have to drop off in a minute so I can go make breakfast.
All right.
So when you go, gonna do some train running?
8 o'clock. My time.
I'll put it this way. It's there, Randy. The problem I'm having with my 3D printer is the filament costs too much for my liking, and I did buy some cheap stuff a while back, and I think that's what's causing 90% of my problems. So I will have to readdress the printer again. It does work. It just, I don't think the filaments are good enough quality for it, and that really sucks because I'm not paying like $60 a roll for the shit. If I've got to do that, I'm going to get a totally different printer. I actually do want to get myself a resin printer, because apparently resin printers are better quality for N-scale stuff. Filament printers don't go fine enough to do it.
There we go. Yeah, I'll do this car and the box car, and that'll be it for today. For graffitiing. And then I'll just make a graffiti train up.
The one thing I will tell you though, Randy, quality of design is as important in resin printers as in your ability to do it. I don't know how well the detail will go, but apparently the fine detail really comes out well in a resin printer. I'm still trying to get the wife interested in buying me one.
There we go.
Is that the last one? Hey, Robert.
There, Art. You're supposed to be over here signing your check, by the way, Robert. All right, one more car to go.
And feeding your cats.
Yeah.
All right, mate. I'm going to drop off, go sort out breakfast for the wife and the daughter.
All right,
I'll
bud. Well,
see
thanks for
you
coming up.
tonight.
All right, sounds good.
Catch you later, folks.
Jerry Slater, how you doing, Jerry? I don't know how many. I think I've done half a dozen cars already. Okay, now that we got that in place. Trying to get this to conform down the ribs is sometimes a little tricky, but you just keep putting a little microsol on it, and we'll get it to lie flat. And put some pressure down on it, but just don't move your finger around too much. Just rock it back and forth and push. All right, one more. That's a little too big. So is that one? Well, I got his big ones left. Oh well. Oh no, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to shorten it up a bit. Yeah, we'll see if it works. Yeah, that's what that is. That's micro set. It smells like vinegar. Yeah, I just use my brush there, wheel, and brush it on. It just helps the decal set better. I got a little area that wants to be stubborn. Well, I conform to the ribs pretty good. All right, well, we're all done doing a few cars, so we got quite a few done. Later on tonight, you'll see those running around on the layout. So that's how that car looks now. So there we go. About 15 cars I did today. 16 cars, actually. Ah, what the hell. Let's do a couple more. Might as well use them all up. Yep, that's a big one. And that's what it says. Get to be stopped. All right. Get my trusty cup back over here. And in it goes. Kyle, how you doing, bud? Not a great gamer. How you doing? No, they're micro scale. Decals by micro scale. All right, might as well open my stuff back up again. Seems how this is a big long one. Okay. Seeing as how it is a big long one, I'm going to start in the middle and work my way to the edge. And just blot it. Now, seeing as how there's a groove here, I'm just going to take the paintbrush and push and slide it, just so I can get it in that groove. And of course the decal moved, so now I got to put more and get that decal to move back to where I had it. There we go. Sorry, stupid. Just move it some more. This one's not as big, so shouldn't have any problems with it. There, that one's done. Yeah, 2 decals left. Actually 3. But that's a real small one. Boy, that's a real big one. Yeah, all right, we'll put this one on and this will be it. I'm not going to use that real big one. I'm going to save that for an auto rack. That's what she says. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Now this is where I'm going to have a hard time with this little crevice. But we'll see what happens. All right. Well, I'm getting it worked in there slowly. Oops. Don't do that. Almost ripped it. Yep. Get back there. I did rip that one. It's me fix. Okay. Okay. This is starting to give me a hard time here. There we go. Voila. Done. All right. I think that's it for today, guys. Thank for you. Thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate it. And I'll go live again at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and you get to see a few of these graffitied up cars on a train that's going to run around on the layout. So, seems I'll be the only one running trains tonight, so we'll have to do the best we can. So until 8 o'clock, we'll catch everybody later, and have a good afternoon. Bye for now.